What's up, guys? It's me, Rohan. Um, okay, so I'm gonna fill you guys in. So it's currently Wednesday, the 6th. I believe it's May 6th. Yeah, May 6th, Wednesday. And I start neuro in less than a week. I've been doing so much prep. Right now, I'm actually at the Rice University Library. I'll try to show you guys around. I'm currently at the Rice University Library. I'm in one of their study rooms. It was open, so I said, screw it, I'm gonna walk in and record a video. I'm kind of, I'm feeling, I don't know how I'm feeling, honestly. So the thing is, right, neuro is considered the hardest module in all of Ross University. It's considered the hardest module. Why you might ask here? Actually, there's a whiteboard. I can totally just like write it out for you. I don't know if you'll be able to. Hopefully you can. Let's see. This one, yeah, okay, let's see. Neurology. Ooh, it's backwards. It's fine. I'll figure it out. 1 second. Okay, I just switched around the camera, so I'll redo this. Neurology. Let me make sure that you can read this. Neurology, right? Yeah, you can read that. Perfect. It's actually in black. It's kind of hard to read, so I'm going to change colors. Green, one of my favorite colors. So the neurology module is actually split into two. Neuro and psychiatry. I'm actually very interested in psychiatry. Psychiatry might be the route I go down. We'll kind of see how it goes, right? I have to see how neuro goes, how the psych ward rotation goes, stuff like that. But neuro and psychiatry, that's what neurology is split into. The first half, there's 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks is split into three and three. Neuro, psych, right? Neuro, psych. And there's one exam each. One exam each. And then there's the final. Let me make sure you can see this. Oh, here, let me do this. There you go. And there's the final exam, right? That's how it works. There's 6 weeks. The first half of the module split into neurology, which is the first exam. The second half is psychiatry. So people say the hard part about psychiatry is memorizing all the drugs. You have your antipsychotics, your, honestly, whatever other drugs, antidepressants, anti-anxieties, all that stuff. This is where you'll get a lot, psychiatry section is where you get a lot of the pharmacology. And that's considered difficult. It's a lot of drugs, so many drugs. But the actual material is not that hard. I was a psychology major in college. The actual material is very simple. It's stuff like, depressive disorders, stuff like, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, really interesting stuff. Stuff like coping mechanisms and substance abuse and addiction stuff. It's really interesting, actually. That's kind of why I'm leaning to psychiatry. But the big thing is the neuro section. So you have 3 weeks. Remember, this sucks. Dang it, 1 second. Let me switch to green again. Green was a good color. Green worked really well. Yeah, I dyed my hair red, so I like red too. But green is just the color to go. So look how much better this works. You have 3 weeks in neuro. I'm talking about neuro. Neuro. You have 3 weeks. The thing is, you have 2 major compartments, right? You have anatomy, and you have it's just like it's anatomy, and then I guess you could say physiology. There's 2 major sections to neurology. And the big problem, wait, let me make sure you can see me. Yeah, I think you can see me. The big problem is that the anatomy and the physiology is like they're each a single module in itself. And you have 3 weeks to learn all of it. That is why neurology is such a killer in Ross University. That's why STEM 5 is so hard. That's one of the biggest reasons why STEM 5 is so hard. The anatomy and the physiology, people talk and they say it's like its own module. So imagine this was IGMS. If you don't know Ross curriculum, just know that IGMS was a module. It's all about anatomy. Imagine this is IGMS. This is just IGMS. And guess what? Your big friend is back, Hoy. This is Hoy. Okay, if you haven't seen my videos, you don't know about Ross curriculum, if you don't know anything about it, just know Hoy is considered one of the second hardest module in all of the Ross University curriculum, Hoy. And then it's followed by IGMS. This is semester 2. It's followed by IGMS in the same semester. There's 2 modules a semester. Hoy and then IGMS. Semester 2 is considered the hardest semester because of the jump, right? So imagine one module, not even the full 6 weeks. We're talking 3 weeks, half of a module. You have 2 modules worth of content. That's why neurology is so difficult. So you can understand me going into this. I'm immediately thinking, oh my gosh, this is gonna be an unbelievably wild ride. It's gonna be very difficult. I gotta pre-study, and that's what I've been doing. So let me erase this so I can have more space to write out. So there's this old professor. She is the GOAT. I've been watching all of her lectures right now. She is the complete GOAT. She's amazing. Her name is Welke. Professor Lauren Welke. I think it's something like that. Welke. She's amazing. She's really good. And she teaches all the neuroanatomy, she was the old professor for all this before the new professors came in. And I haven't had any of the new professors. So I'm not gonna say anything to the teaching. Maybe they're good teachers. But the general consensus is that people watch the old professor because she was just so good. Not necessarily the new teachers are bad, but she's just so good. Sure, there's a way to do the new teachers. I'm sure. I know a lot of people actually, upper semesters, who pass neurology by just going to class and doing the new teachers. But the thing is, Welke's lectures are online. And so you can access the lectures before you actually start neurology. Do you kind of go where I'm going with this? So you can pre-study by watching the lectures before you actually get into class. I'm currently almost a week ahead. That will give me a good grace period. That way I can go through the rest of the module, and hopefully I can just do well, pass through the module, maybe even excel, because I've given myself such a cushion right now. I'm actually, all the anatomy, I've actually gone through 90% of it. 90% of that difficult anatomy that's like a whole module in itself, I've gone through. So I already have a good head start. And on top of that, I've done cranial nerves. I've done gross anatomy. Like I said, I did neuroscience. I'm going to do stuff like meninges and ventricles. All this really good. It's really interesting, actually. Anatomy, this anatomy was kind of fun. It was interesting, but I'm not an anatomy person. I don't really like anatomy that much. But, the neuroanatomy, it's interesting because you learn where the nerves will run through and all that stuff. It's interesting. I just did like 300 Anki cards before I recorded this because, you got to do your Anki cards. It's how you get the anatomy going. That's how you really understand your anatomy and really memorize your anatomy. But the cranial nerves are huge, so important. Cranial nerves 1 through 12. Let's see if I can name them off the top of my head. Ready? Number 1, olfactory. 2, optic. 3, oculomotor. 4, trochlear. 5, trigeminal. 6, abducens. 7, facial. 8, vestibulocochlear. 9, glossopharyngeal. 10, vagus. 11, hypoglossal. Those are all the cranial nerves in order. Cranial nerves 1 through 12. 1 through 12. And they're all very important. You have to know all of them. And you have to know the way this is the brain, imagine it's the brain. You know the way they go here into the nose. That's not a nose. To the nose and the mouth. They go here, they travel here, they do all that stuff. So interesting. It's actually really cool. It's probably going to be one of the most fun modules, to be honest. But it's so brutal if you don't pre-study. I know friends who, they told me they're not going to, let me get some coffee. I'm probably too caffeinated right now because I'm talking so much, but when in med school, right? So all the cranial nerves, super interesting stuff actually. But how do I feel going into neuro? Man, I am excited, a little bit nervous, not that nervous because I've done a lot of pre-studying. I feel pretty good about my prep, but I'm also kind of bittersweet because this will be my last semester at Ross. And I feel like I'm going to be pretty I'm going to be sad leaving this place after I'm done with comp, man. I have confidence in myself that I will pass comp the first try. Hopefully that happens. I know a lot of people don't. Hopefully I pass comp and I get to take step and I pass steps first try. That's my plan. I will pass step first try, but hopefully I pass comp first try. I think I will because I did my prep last semester. I'm doing some right now. Hopefully by the time it comes, I'll be ready. I want to say, okay, you're going to see this video. I'm almost going to be done with NUPE. NUPE is the name of the module. NUPE, Neurology, Psychiatry. right? I told you it's one module split into two. There's neurology, psychiatry. It's called NUPI. Two letters per module. I will be in psychiatry. I will be almost done with psychiatry. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 weeks left with psychiatry, and then I'll be done. Then I'll be in comp, MICR. Then I'll be studying for USMLE pretty much. So it's been gonna be a while since you see this. I will post like an update in the comments or something. I'll tell you how I did on neurology. Hopefully I kill it. If I do bad, I might not post anything. That's my edge. I'm gonna be completely honest. If I don't do well, I'm probably not gonna be like, yeah, I got a 70 on this exam. No one wants to get a freaking 70 on an exam, but yeah, that's good. Okay, I want to tell you guys. I've been kind of during this break. I've had a lot more free time, and so I've just actually been grinding out Instagram. So check out my Instagram. Same tag as my YouTube, ASC_Rohan, but I make a lot of like actual personal content. It's very different than this style content. It's shorts. I make shorts, and the shorts I think are pretty good. Some of them are like this. Some of them are very different. It's pretty cool. So follow me on Instagram if you like me, like my content, stuff like that, because I plan on doing a lot more Instagram content even when I'm in neuro, because I don't know if I'll have time I don't think I'll have time for full videos. That's why I've kind of made a lot of videos out up until pretty much neuro's over, because I don't know if I'll have time to make a bunch of videos, but I think I'll have time to make reels. So follow me on Instagram, guys. Check out my stuff. Wish me luck in NUPI. Wish all my friends luck. Hopefully we all do great. My class is really, really smart, actually. So people like to talk, say, this class is not smart, this class is smart, whatever. I know my class is freaking smart. I know we're fucking smart. So I know that we're going to make it through NUPI. A lot of us are. I mean, we just have to stay on the grind, right? Yeah, okay. I think that's pretty much all I had to say in this video. I talked a lot. I want this video to be like 10 minutes. It's probably going to be like 15, 20. I made a video about my hair care, and it was like 20 minutes. And I was like, bro, I thought it was going to be 12 minutes. So I probably talked way too much for this video. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. These are my thoughts going in NUPI. As you can see, it's very fragmented. I'm very much so like, ooh, this is what I'm thinking now. Oh, no, what about this? It's very sporadic. Maybe the coffee has something to do with it. This is strong coffee. This is really strong coffee. I don't know why it's strong today, but it's good coffee. I haven't drank all of it, obviously, because it's strong. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Remember, my name is Rohan. Stay calm, cool, and collected at all times, my friend. You got this. You got this. If you're on break, if you're starting your new semester, I think you guys might be still on break or barely starting your semester, whatever it is. Keep going, guys. You'll be awesome. If you're in college, if you're in med school, if you're in high school, middle school, if you're my cousin, you're watching this, good luck in school, guys, because you're so smart. I'm talking to anyone here. You're so smart. You can accomplish so much. Don't let anyone put you down or do anything. So many people in my life have told me that, like, I'm just not the smartest. Maybe, I shouldn't try to go to med school, but now look at me. I'm in med school. I'm balancing all this stuff in my life, and somehow I'm actually excelling. So it's possible for anyone to do that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in another video, guys. Peace out, man. Peace out. Thank you.